Welcome to the live stream. It's good to see everyone back. Drop a like if you haven't already done so. Let's go over the chat real quick. Jobin, Crypto God PR, AMG, Happy, Singh, Jason, Minato, Kevin, Merco, Crypto God, good to see you as well, buddy. Skidmarks, how you doing? How's everyone today? AI, little pump right now. AI is pumping. One of the coins that is pumping today, I've been telling you guys to accumulate this for a while now, is AGI. AGI has pumped a decent amount, the last, 50% the last 7 days, which is very, very solid. This is something that I've been telling you guys to accumulate for a very long time. And I've been telling you guys that this is going to be a blue chip crypto project at some point. And it's, evidence as time goes on that they continue to develop. The team is obviously doxed. They are developing real AI models, these AGI AI agents. And then we got AITECH, which is also showing some signs of recovery now. It reached 10 cents, now has retraced a tiny bit, but looks like it wants to go higher again. This is showing strength. OORT is pumping as well. This was delayed for a very long time, but this is pumping now as well. Why? Because they have their data center or data hub or something releasing very soon. So it probably will rally and then potentially sell off, as it could be sell the news event. But for now, like I said, no one should be FOMOing into any of these projects. They're already pumped. You guys had plenty of time to accumulate them. Don't FOMO in now when everything is red. Just wait patiently. The market doesn't go up forever. You'll have pullbacks. Bitcoin's already showing signs of weakness. So just wait till Bitcoin pulls back, and then you'll get better buying opportunities across the board. Let's just have a look what OORT is on. Yeah, so OORT right now, as you guys can see, it's had a major bounce over here. He had a massive bounce, came all the way down. Now it's bounced significantly. Now, no one knows how long this is going to be sustained, because when you have a massive green candle like this, it can't be sustained for too long. We might pump a little bit more, but then at some point we will have a pullback. So for now, those people that missed the chance to buy down here, you would have to wait, because although this is a massive green candle, it is not sustainable. I don't see this as a sustainable pump. It will come down after the news has come out, which is the current news is for OORT. If you go on the Twitter, is the data hub going live very, very soon. So we'll just have to wait for that to go live. If my internet will pull up. What's this? Happy to announce nominated People's Award reward for A-list awards partnership with S. What the fuck's this? This just launched right now. Oh shit, okay. It's good to see this. They just posted this, so they're just starting to release some news now, which is probably one of the reasons why we're pumping right now. But this is the data hub is going to go live very soon. I think it most likely will release at the end of this month or into October. No one knows for certain. They did say on the AMA is going to be in September, end of September or early October. And then they've also been nominated for this award, which is pretty good to see. And what is this award though? Nominated People's Choice Award for Opportunity Austin A-list awards in opportunity to buy. Vote for OORT. Vote for now, 1 vote per person. I don't know what that is, bro, but nonetheless, OORT is pumping. It's showing some signs of strength after a consistent downtrend. I don't think the bottom is in for OORT just yet. We bounced, came all the way down, bounced over here, and then went lower. The same thing could happen again. No one knows for certain. It's impossible to time the bottom exactly. As long as you get it somewhere near, you'll be all right. But like I said, these type of pumps are not sustainable. They will come down at some point. Kevin, good to see you, buddy. Locked and loaded for the potential dip. Perfect. Look, the market does not go up forever. Right now, we are uncertain which way we're going to go. Bitcoin doesn't know which way to go. As you guys can see, it's hovering around here. But then, you can't consolidate here forever. I think, we have unemployment data coming out in 2 days, which is initial claims, which, however that comes, the market will react. It will either go higher or lower, depending if the data is hot or if it's bullish. This is what the market is depending on at the moment, because even though we've had the first rate cut, the market always rallies a week or two after the rate cuts and into the rate cuts. This is why before the rate cuts happened, we was already rallying up, and then it tends to rally for like a week or two after the rate cuts, and then eventually when the hot unemployment data comes in, it dumps. So we have not cleared. If you go on Twitter now, you go on YouTube, every single YouTuber now is calling for altcoin season. It's not going to happen anytime soon. It will happen next year. It can't happen now because we haven't had sufficient enough amounts of rate cuts to go through an alt season yet. And the Fed is not in QE at the moment; they're still in QT. So they haven't, added to the balance sheet, which is a sign. If you look back in 2019, let me zoom back, because the only other time we can give example was last the fuck is going on over here. You guys can see, right? The Fed added to the balance sheet and the market continuously started going higher. And then we had this massive spike where they printed 11, 12 trillion in the space of 2 weeks. And look how the market reacted. It went parabolic, came down because of the I don't remember what this. I think this was the China crash because China banned crypto, and then we recovered for that final top, and then we just went into the bear market. But this is a big indicator of when we will have alt season. And so far, you guys can see it's only going down. So alt season right now is not guaranteed. Yes, we can have a mini alt season and the market could pump in the short term. But if you're talking about the long term, it is going to happen in 2025, not anytime soon. So you guys will get better buying opportunities now till next year. You miss Yeti. You can find Yeti. Just go into the Dynex Discord. You'll find him. Go into the Dynex Discord right now. You'll find Yeti in there. Smooth, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. Black, good to see you as well. Madeira, good to see you, buddy. What is the expecting? What's up? What is not expecting? Oh yeah, because I'm live streaming. Yeah, I can't live stream later because I got football, so I have to live stream now. Get the likes in, people. Yes, get the likes in, boys. Smash the like button. Thomas, good to see you, buddy. Check out Sharpe AI. New projects were pumping hard. Yeah, I'm aware of Sharpe AI. The only problem is there is already projects very similar to Sharpe AI, and they haven't really been performing. Everything's kind of pumping. So don't let the pump blind you to think that these are very, very good projects. It doesn't mean that they're good projects. Some projects do pump later, and they pump way harder than the projects that's all. If you look at all the projects that are pumping now, they're very similar to Alex Becker type of projects. This is because Alex Becker now, if you go on his Twitter, he's shilling all his shit AI coins. That's why all of them are, the ones with no docs team, 100% in circulation. Those are the type of projects that's pumping now. But in the real projects, the ones that everyone can get behind, they pump later on. And this is why we're seeing AGI, AITECH today all pumping. Sensei is already pumped and is holding strong. But these type of projects, this project is good to use. But as an investment, I personally would not invest into unless you want to trade it. This could be worth a trade, but that's it. You got to keep in mind, right? I can't see on here, but let's go over here. You have to take in consideration there's still 10x dilution left. So I have to check the investment schedule to see if this isn't worth the investment. It's literally 10x, just over 10x dilution. So you have to be very careful buying these projects because although they might pump in the short term, it does not mean anything in the grand scheme of things, because if the dilution is heavy, if it's mostly catered to early investors, it's very unlikely that it's going to do well long term. Every single pump of this project will eventually get dumped down by the early investors. So let's just have a look at the vesting schedule to see if it's worth the investment or not. The best thing to look for is where are all the tokens allocated. So you got the ecosystem development, you got the treasuries, you got the team advisors, 15% marketing, strategic seed. So if you look at it, the early investors holds about approximately, excluding the team, because the team still counts as early investors. You're looking about 13%, which is not too bad, 13, 14%. With the team, you're looking about almost 30% of the supply. So that's still a decent amount. But then you have to look at the vesting schedule, right? So the market cap for this is 3.8 million. By the end of let's say by August 2025, it will be 12 billion. So it's about just over 3x dilution. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. So now till then, you have to see, who are getting the tokens all those times. Is going to be the early investors. For most of it is going to be liquidity, development. The team will get the tokens sometime next year, which is fine. That's perfect time anyways. But these guys are going to be, majority of the sellers and the marketing and airdrops and stuff. So there's going to be a decent amount of selling, in the early half of next year. But this is going to be a good trade during the narrative hype. I wouldn't buy it, past that. You might do well, I think, but then there's many examples of these type of projects that don't really perform too well. So yeah. King Kaspa, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you, my friend. Why is AITECH not pumping so hard as others? AITECH will pump. What I've noticed with AITECH is it tends to pump after everything else. So during the AI hype, AGI was going parabolic, but then this was always delayed. But then this will pump very soon as well. You guys can see already, it's already starting to go higher now. So it's probably going to break this. I can see this going to at least 12 to 13 cents minimum. I mean, look, it's already up 19%. It's showing a lot of strength. What happens with these projects is, so when AI pumps, so when Tau pumps, which is the biggest cap in AI, when that pumps, the money flows from good projects to good projects to good projects to good projects, and eventually it will come down to these, which is AITECH. AITECH's always one of the last projects to pump. If you look over here, during these times, look how long it's staggered around here. Let me show you guys. It staggered a very long time around here before you had the pump, before we had that parabolic pump over here. It took a very long time for that to happen. You guys do you know what I'm saying? But then during these times, most other AI projects will go on parabolic. So AITECH is always delayed for some reason, but it will have that parabolic pump soon, very soon. Give it like a couple of days, maybe 2-3 days, it'll move back up. You'll go to at least 10, 11. It will go to at least 11 cents. Matt, good to see you. The first bull run, I can't wait to kick off and see the money. Now, if it's your first bull run, you're going to enjoy it, mate. It's going to, look, you have to be a bit patient. If we do get rejected off here, let me put my chart in. If we get rejected over here, do not panic. Do not think the bull run's over. Like I said, the real bull run will start next year. So now we could get rallies here and there. I don't think we're going to pump sufficiently in any regard, as in we're going to go parabolic tomorrow. If we do, that will be a left translated cycle. And we don't want a left translated cycle, because what will happen is Bitcoin will have a blow off top in November. And then, then the altcoins will pump afterwards. Whole bull run would last 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 to 5 months, let's say. 4 to 5 months, everything will kind of pump. And then, when everything goes parabolic, what will happen is inflation will come back, because then everyone will have more spending power. Everyone will feel richer. And then we can go through, we can go either through a deep recession, or we can go through, if inflation comes back, it tends to come back twice as worse. This is why the Fed has not gone into QE right now. So yes, we see a little pump in all these narratives, only because we've done for so long. Then now people are excited about altcoin season because of the first rate cut. That's all it is. But one rate cut is not sufficient enough for us to see an alt season. It has to be at least 2 to 3. Well, at least 3 normally. So do not get excited, and think the whole season is going to happen. Yes, October is historically bullish, but you guys keep in mind September was historically bearish, and now it's like 7-8% up. So then we could have a reversal. You got to keep in mind most cycles don't play out the same; they're all different. So if you get a bullish month now, it could be the case where the last 3 months is bearish. No one knows, obviously, but because we've ended September, which is historically bearish, green, we could have a scenario where the next 2 months is bearish. So keep that in mind as well. It doesn't always mean that it's going to follow out every other cycle. If it was following every other cycle, we would have been in red right now. But Q4 is historically bullish though. Is it good I still have 30% US? If you have 30% USDT, dump like 15% on the next Bitcoin dump. I'm personally 85% in and 85% out. I mean 15% out. Why? Because if the market rallies, I'm still positioned good. So I will still enjoy the pump. However, if we get a dump at the latter half of the year, because you got to keep in mind, everyone will say, oh, or you dump everything in now and then later on take profits. But you timing that is going to be very unlikely, because as the market pumps, you're going to get even more bullish, and then you're going to wake up all of a sudden, the market is dumped significantly because something has happened, and you might have been sleeping. Now all your gains have been eaten up. So for me, with 85% in the markets, I'm happy. It all depends on your risk tolerance. I'm okay being 85% in the markets because I do think there's going to be a crash sometime in this year. That's what I think. That's why I'm doing what I'm projecting out to you guys. I am 15% in cash because there's too many factors that we have to overcome. And I do personally think if you look at the data closely, the data isn't what they say it is. So when they say inflation is coming down, it's not because inflation is coming down properly. It's because something has gone deflationary, which is always bearish. So when they say, oh, if you look at inflation very, very closely, the most important parts of inflation is barely down. They're down like 0.02%, 0.01% here. But then the thing that brought inflation down from 2.9%, which is basically 2.3% realistic, to 2.5%, which is what it is now, is because something went deflationary. And deflationary is not a good thing. Deflationary is a very bad thing for the markets. This is why I don't believe the data they're saying. I think they're doing all of this to make the Kamala Harris look as good as possible, so it doesn't so it gives her a chance of actually winning or having a chance to even compete with Trump. That's all it is. If people actually realize how messed up the economy is, they will never vote for Biden or Trump or Kamala. They'll vote for Trump. This is why they are fabricating the data in order to make it seem like the economy is doing really well. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. You don't have to follow me. Look. No one just watches one YouTuber. No one just watches me, alone. They probably watch 20 other YouTubers, and then you watch 10 YouTubers telling you 50 basis points is bearish, because every time we've had a 50 basis points, it's followed with a recession or a hard landing. But then you watch 10 other YouTubers who's telling you Altseason tomorrow, Altseason in October, Q4 is always bullish, blah 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 blah. So it's hard to. No one knows for sure. People just guess. But the problem is with these YouTubers is they will tell you one thing, but then their risk tolerance is a lot, not the same as yours. So these YouTubers are consistently making money from other shit, from YouTube, from other stuff. They don't care if the market crashes, because they will just wait it out, and and they can inject more money in the markets, whereas most people cannot do that. This is why you have to be very careful, who you listen to. I'm personally, like I said, 85% in, 15% in USDT. But look, there is going to be a crash sometime this year, bro. I guarantee you, bro. There's going to be a crash sometime. I wouldn't take profits up until 2 days. In 2 days, then you will know if it's worth or not. What do I think about Sharpe AI? Like they've been pumping popcorn yellow stripe as well. Like AI is not too bad, but I don't really like these type of projects. These are like 5, 10x projects. That's why I look at them as 5, 10x projects. That's it. These are not the projects that's going to give you life changing money, because the use case is very limited. They'll have a pump here and there, They're good for like little short-term pumps, but then anything past that, I don't really see it. It's not even. What is it? It's called lie, isn't it? There you go, like LKI, like AI. Don't get blinded by pumps, bro. Did this look like it's a fucking crazy pump? It came down and just retrieved over here. That's all it is. It's not a crazy pump. Just everything's pumping now. That doesn't mean everything is a good project. Be very careful, not to get blinded by pumps. Pumps does not mean anything because something might be pumping, but it does not mean it's a good project. Even OORT's dumping a little bit now. That fucks my nose itching. It's good to see you in the chat. What's happening with AITECH not pumping like other AI coins? Just give it a bit of time. AITECH will pump. You can't just don't get too impatient. Like I've already explained, AITECH is does tend to pump. Look, it's already going off as we're speaking right now. So don't think AITECH's not going to pump. It will pump. Just give it some time. Sammy, good to see you, my friend. Oh my god, bro. I'm not even going to entertain idiots like that, bro. So, how you doing, Professor? It's good to see you. Waiting for your new RWA gems, bro, please. I can't drop you on YouTube yet, my friend. I'll drop you at some point. I'm going to make an RWA tier list, and both of them will be in there. DC, how you doing, buddy? What do I think about TokenFi and Sleepless AI? Never heard of Sleepless AI, but TokenFi is not too bad. TokenFi will pump. I've never heard of Sleepless AI though. That sounds quite good, unique. Damn, the market cap's huge. It's on the BNB chain, which is unfortunate. But then again, AGI and AITECH on the BNB chain. So the chain doesn't always matter. It does help with the pump, but it does not always matter. The fact that these are the BNB chain is probably even better because they'll probably get Binance listing over some of the other projects. What the hell is this? Bro, what the fuck is this? Wait, what is this project? I don't understand. It's already on Binance. Okay. Yo, Tech, explain this project to me, bro. I don't understand what this is. It's just a bunch of anime characters on the screen. It will be very nice to have another dip for sure. Look, we are gonna get another dip, bro. Nothing goes up forever, bro. There's gonna be some sort of scare, whether it's unemployment, whether it's war. There's gonna be another scare at some point in the markets. If everything just only went up, then investing would be easy, wouldn't it? So you have to be patient and wait. How you doing? Overkill, how you doing, buddy? Good evening. Can you compare Brick and Truflation and Leox? Which one would you give higher ROI and when to start DCA in? Out of those, I think Bricken's a good one. I do like Bricken. I've been talking about Bricken since I don't know how long. It's been a very long time. For me, this done a decent amount of pumps. Have I put Bricken on here? Maybe I've not put Bricken on here. But for me, Bricken did really, really well. I bought Bricken. I did an AMA with them in my free Telegram group. I bought a tiny bag, nothing crazy, but for me, it was like around here, 8 cents. So this done around a 12.13x for me. 12.13x. I didn't I took profits a little bit earlier, I think. It probably done like a 10x for me. But this is not a bad project. I completely sold out of this project though. But it is very promising project. It's only $16 million in market cap, so it's not too high. I would personally wait for this to have a pullback. Out of those three, I would personally buy Bricken because the dilution for Bricken is not as bad as Truflation. Truflation is newer, but the dilution is a bit worse. Leox is obviously 100% in circulation, but the problem with Leox is it lacks the exchange listings. This doesn't have the best exchange listings either, but this has good volume though. Look at the volume. The volume is really, really high. That's very good volume. Right now, RWA projects are hot because Relio is pumping. So out of those, let me have a look at Truflation because Truth is lacking in terms of pumps, in terms of everything in general. No, this is pretty low in market cap. I think there's like 2-3x dilution for this, but this is still above seed prices. So yeah, I don't think it's bottomed out yet. It needs to bottom out before buying. I'm surprised it hasn't pumped because this is actually fundamentally a good project. They got Coinbase backing, and they haven't been listed on Coinbase yet. I am a bit surprised this hasn't pumped yet. Maybe because they're not marketing enough. But I do like Truflation as a project. It's like AI, RWA, and Deepin, more or less, because they got a data hub or data center. They're quite active as well. So these guys give data as well. So following the Fed 50 basis cut last week, People Bank of China announced 0.5 to reserve to percentage of banks to require holding reserves. The reason China's doing this is because their stock market is really fucked up. So no one trusts these guys' stock market. So what's happening is everyone in China now is sitting in cash. So they're sitting, they're keeping the money in their bank accounts. They don't trust the real estate because the real estate market is really messed up in China. They don't trust the stocks because all the stocks are on the verge of collapse. So then they're all sitting on cash. So at some point when these guys start buying stocks and crypto and stuff, the market will rally. But we don't know how long it's going to take. But short term, this type of stuff is not bullish. They're bullish long term. But this is the type of stuff Truflation does. It gives out data, very up-to-date data, on time. That's what it does. And this is how they use RWA to have up-to-date data to tokenize stuff or to buy bonds and securities. That's what they do. To be honest, I did not expect Lit to pump. Is Lit pumping today? Let's have a look at Lit. I seen it earlier. It was pumped like 20-something%. But it's good to see Lit Labs pumping though. It most likely will come down though, but it's good to see though. I mean, long term, yes, AITECH is still a good buying opportunity. Long term, under 10 cents, it's a very good buying opportunity. But I don't like buying green candles though. Cookie Monster, how you doing? Jason, good to see you. Will the peak of the bull run be in March? It depends if you get a left translated cycle or not. If you get a right translated cycle, the bull run will extend to maybe like August, September next year. But personally, the best thing to do is be out of the markets by like July times, I think. It's better to be like that because, look, we are 100% going to have a recession at some point. We don't know when it's going to be, but there's going to be a time, in the next 2 to 3 months where unemployment is going to show some sign of weakness. Something is going to show some sign of weakness, and then we're going to have a crash, and then the Fed will come to the rescue, and then we'll probably have a recession sometime next year. Most likely to the latter half of the year. Most likely around maybe August, September, November, around those times. They will delay as much as possible, but it will happen. We will go through a full-blown recession at some point. Most likely will be in 2025, end of 2025 into 2026. That is my base case. But then between now and the end of the year, I do think there's going to be some sort of scare where the unemployment goes up 4.4, 4.5%, which is, historically, that is a very dangerous area to be. Right now, it's like 4.2%. But then if it shoots up to 4.4%, maybe in October, that will crash the markets in itself. This is what we wait for. Right now, no one knows. I do think the data is fabricated, as I said, to make the Democrats look better because they're in office now. So that's what the people do, kiss up to the people that's in office now. But then when Trump comes, those guys are going to release the real data and they're going to crash the markets, and then Trump will have to do something about it. And all they're going to do is just print their way out. That's when we start seeing life-changing money. But for now, the Fed is still in QT, so you don't have to worry too much. I agree. Good to see you as well. Always nice to have a live stream. It is always nice to have a live stream indeed. Dice Singh, how you doing, bro? What coins would I pick up if... okay, so one thing I can say is ALT has not bottomed out yet. Although it's, having a little pump short term, I don't think this has bottomed out exactly just yet. I think right now people are buying because of the data hub, so once that goes live, and it's just going to be sell the news event, there is still one more unlock, for, or I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be some sort of unlock. So this will probably pump in the short term, maybe to up here, 10 cents, 10 and a half, and then most likely we'll have a correction. Keep in mind, they do have linear unlocks. So tomorrow, the day after, if they unlock tokens, this will potentially dump again. Keep that in mind. So I don't think this has bottomed out yet. When this does bottom out, I will definitely look to buy this project, or long term will do very well. And then we got, when Sensei goes down, Sensei is going to do very, very well. It's a low cap coin. It's been performing extremely well. $5 million in market cap. This has been performing really, really well. And I don't see why it will not continue to perform. It's holding up really well against the markets. If this has a decent crash, maybe down here, maybe somewhere around here, these are long-term very good buying opportunities. Relio is another coin everyone should focus on in the RWA narrative. This is going to do extremely well. It came down, had a little bounce, but it follows the general market. You guys can see it bounced, where it came down here to like 116, bounced back up. Now is doing the same thing again. It's just chilling right now. Once Bitcoin decides which way it wants to go in a few days, most likely tomorrow, most likely on the 26th, then we'll either get a short-term pullback or we'll probably go higher and potentially retest the 70K mark. We have to break 70K in order to confirm a bullish trend for the next couple of months. Up until then, no one can say we're going to go higher or lower because it's all guessing games. That's all I can say. No one knows for sure. Anyone who tells you guarantees it's going to go this way or that way, they're just waffling. No one can predict the markets. Let's be honest, bro. No one is that good to completely predict the markets. The only thing I can say is, the stock markets are all-time highs. A lot of the billionaires are sitting in cash. That is something to think about. Gold is at all-time highs. That is another thing to be concerned about because, this is historically a hedge against a crash. So when when a lot of people are feeling a crash, what they do is they go and buy gold, and gold is only going higher and higher and higher. But people are trying to just ignore this and think, oh, gold is at all-time highs, stocks are all-time highs, Bitcoin needs to go to all-time highs. It doesn't work like that. Bitcoin and gold and stuff isn't, crypto is not as established as these guys. Yes, there's institutions now in crypto, but they're not as established. They're not tested. No one knows how a Bitcoin reacts through a recession because we've never had a recession. So why would people go and buy Bitcoin to hedge against an inflation? A recession, a risk of a recession. It doesn't make sense. People go into gold. This is people go into mostly metals. This is why gold is continuously going higher. This is a gold bull market. Gold was stagnant for a very long time. It was just consolidating, going higher, coming down, but then now it's going higher. This hasn't happened for a very long time. It's because something is going to crash at some point. So you got to keep in mind, most people are long-term investors. They don't care about little pumps here and there. This is what we like in the crypto space. But as long-term investors, people go into gold to hedge against a crash, which is why it keeps going higher. Same thing with silver. Silver is another thing. Silver broke out again. It was over here a few days ago. Now it just took a massive green candle. These are the stuff that people do, smart money does specifically, to hedge against a hard landing. So keep that in mind, guys. This is why I'm most likely going to be, in 15% USDT till the end of the year. Yes, I don't care if I have to buy something a little bit lower, because then if you do get a crash, what happens then? If the people that's 100% in the markets, they're gonna, these crashes it's not gonna be, light. It's gonna be heavy crashes. I will get everything way cheaper, maybe 3-4 times the amount of tokens than everyone that's buying now will. Because like I said, we are not going to see an alt season anytime soon. It's very unlikely we'll see an alt season this year. I don't know why people are calling for alt season. Just because, this goes down a little bit, people all of a sudden now is calling for alt season. If this comes down here, yes, the alts will pump 100%. USDT dominance is going to have a bounce at some point. It is going to bounce at some point. Every single time it gets near this trend line or taps this trend line, it has a massive bounce. Look at this. Came here, crashed, consolidated, crashed one more time, and then bounced massively, and the market sells off. Then came down, tested this trend line one more time, bounced massively, and then now, because we had, just basically came down, and then we went up again. Now he's coming down. But then when it comes down here again, it most likely will bounce again. Eventually, it will break through this trend, and then we'll have an alt season. Everything will go higher, but I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Not until next year. I'm on the right translated cycle, camp. A lot of people that want to be in the left translated cycle see a massive pump now, rather than if the thing is, if we get a massive pump now, the bull run will be very, very short lived. No one really wants that. I don't want that. I'd rather have an extended bull run rather than a quick, 4 or 5 months bull run, similar to what we had last year. That is not enough to make life-changing money. Yes, throughout that time, there were specific projects that were parabolic, but that does not mean it's going to happen again. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that, the only time we could have a very explosive bull run is when retail is in crypto. And retail right now is not in crypto. They're not worried about crypto right now. They're worried about paying most of them are living paycheck to paycheck. Credit is all-time highs. Credit debt. So we have to see some sort of boost in the economy when the government starts giving out stimulus checks in order for us to go parabolic. What is your target for Kaspa? I don't really hold Kaspa myself, so I don't really have a biased opinion against it. But the thing is, with Kaspa is the KRC20 stuff came out. Obviously, you're gonna have a sell-off because the whole pump was over here, 19, 20 cents, whatever it reached. People was getting anticipated for the KRC, flopped over here, then we crashed, then there was another one over here, and then we pumped a little bit, and now we're selling off. Why? Because the KRC20 stuff didn't really do too much. But the thing is, this will pump when retail comes into crypto, because institutions are not buying Kaspa. It's mostly retail. There's obviously a few big whales and stuff in Kaspa, of course, but then institutions are not buying this. It's only retail. So when retail comes into crypto, yes, Kaspa will pump because the Kaspa community will be shilling it with their lives because they want more exit liquidity. But I don't see Kaspa doing anything more than a 5 to 10x. And like a lot of people, if it doesn't pump now, because Kaspa is well established. So if it doesn't pump now, when Bitcoin's going higher and everyone's calling for Altseason and it's only going down, when do you think this is going to pump? So like I said, for me, Kaspa is a 5 to 12x coin, no more than that. I would say 5 to 10x, but it could potentially do a bit more. That is my prediction for Kaspa. Yeah, market is looking okay today. I wouldn't say it's looking crazy good, but it's looking decent. Should we pay attention to bullish, bearish community sentiments? Not really, bro. It doesn't make no difference. I think every coin is going to be bullish. Because then the only people who vote are the people who cares. There's only, look, for Kaspa, there's only 9,000 votes. But then there's probably millions of people holding Kaspa. Like I said, there's only people that has time to even do bullshit like this. Do I think Hoppy is a good buy? I don't really do meme coins, my friend. But Hoppy is not too bad. The problem, look, Matt Fury meme coins will do well. They always do well, as long as it's CTO. If this is CTO, it will do well. But if they still early invest in this, then I don't really see it. But I think Hoppy will do well, yeah. It's up like 21x, which is crazy. There's a drop back down, or AITECH new lows likely. I don't think there'll be new lows now. I don't think AITECH is going to drop to new lows. I don't really see that. AITECH will do well next. Just give it time. Give it time. Because these guys are going to get a few exchange listings, tier ones. So when that happens, it will go parabolic then. It's all about timing with these exchange listings. What is the percentage chance that the first narrative pump in this bull run is early 2025 will be gaming narrative? I think gaming will be the I personally think gaming will be one of the first narratives to move. Why? Because gaming is the most undervalued narrative in the crypto space currently. Not all gaming projects have pumped. A few have pumped. Naka has pumped, and this is one that I've been telling you guys to buy for a while. Look at Naka's price action. It's up the last 7 days. It's up 56%. I've been telling you guys to buy this shit for a long time when it was like 65, 70 cents around those times. This is going to do well long term. This is an easy 20 to 30x coin. Maybe not at these prices. If it goes lower, then yes, 100%. But you guys want to FOMO in when everything is when everything is green. But I was telling you guys to buy this shit when the market was completely dead. Everyone wants to buy stuff now because the market is bullish, but then the best time to buy is when everyone's calling the project shit. How many people wanted to FOMO into tech term and call it shit at like $4.5, but then they wanted to buy back in at $9 to $10? Now it's holding strong. Whichever way Bitcoin goes, this is gonna follow as well. But their soft nodes have gone live, so it will do well long term. People will utilize it. Is Jupiter a good project? Can it do 10 to 10? Jupiter can do 10 to 20x. I don't know about 20x. What's Jupiter's market cap? Jupiter can do well, but I don't know about 10 to 20x. This is just a DEX. It's very rare for DEXs to go crazy. Yes, it's on Solana. It can do well, but 10 to 20x is too much. Look, it can do more than, like, I'll probably think 5 to 10x more is very likely for Jupiter. Because at the end of the day, is this a DEX? Like, there's going to be a time where DEX is pumped, but if you think it's going to do a 20 to 20x, very unlikely. G-Man, good to see you, buddy. At what price to buy AITECH? I don't know the exact price, my friend, but when the time comes, I'll make a live stream. It would be good to have a chat with a co-founder of Soil, one of the unique RWA project docs team. I'm aware of Soil, yes. Soil's not too bad. The problem with Soil is it's very niche. It's just too niche. I don't really see this as something that's going to pump crazy amounts, but it will give you at least a 10x return. It's very low in market cap. At the heights of the last previous pump, let's have a look at what it went to. Well, not much, to be fair. It went to $16 million in market cap, which is now, if you look at it, it's just over a 2x. So don't look at price. I told you look at market cap, because as time goes on, these type of stuff gets diluted. So even though it's 80 cents now, back up to its all-time high is probably like a 4 5x, a 3.5. But in terms of market cap, it's only a 2x away. So I personally don't think this project is going to do too well in terms of returns, although it's a good project. It's a unique RWA project, but the problem with this is it's too niche. Can Bitcoin go to 200, 250K? Very unlikely, my friend. I don't see Bitcoin ever going to 250K this cycle. That's not going to happen. 100K, if you can break it, it'll be a different story. But I think most likely between 100 to 150K max. That's it. If we can break 100K. Yeah, I heard. But I'll never buy XRP ever. IMX is up significantly, first move in upcoming gaming narrative, first positive. IMX is solid, yeah. IMX is actually solid. I wouldn't say this is one of the first movers, you're right. But then everything's bounced, so you can't really say this is a first mover. If you go off that knowledge, everything is bounced, so everything's a first mover. It doesn't mean nothing, bro. It doesn't really mean nothing. But this is a good coin, yes. Trust, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Anyone looking into KRCs or Fract AI? What is Fract AI? Let's have a look. I have not looked into no KRC meme coins, but Fract AI doesn't even look like it's a coin. What is Fact doing? Let's have a look at Fact. That is a good proof of work token. Has it been pumping? Yes, it has been pumping. Yo, Fact just died and just woke up. Decided just to wake up. Where's the volume coming from? Oh, it's on Mexi. I was gonna say, I thought it's 3,000 volume. What the fuck? But Fact is a good project though for the RWA narrative. What is my thoughts on Morpheus? What do you mean by more? Which Morpheus? Morpheus Network, Morpheus Labs. There's two different ones. There's multiple different ones. This Morpheus right here. It's a brand new project, so you can't really judge off the chart. Decentralized AI, peer-to-peer network, proof purpose of proof of work. I don't know why, but these type of shit projects always pump. Like if you look at this project, you look at it like, and you think this is shit. The website looks ass. Everything looks ass. There's no docs team. But then somehow these type of projects always pump. I don't know why though. What the fuck? Why is the fully diluted like that? I personally would stay away from this one if that's true, bro. It's only on Uniswap as well. Yeah, I would stay away from this, bro. This looks awful. I don't think this is worth the investment. I don't like calling stuff awful anymore, bro. Yo, all it wants to go higher, bro. It's crazy. Is it because of a cold? It's because, bro, in the UK, it's like UK goes from being sunny and then randomly just getting cold out of nowhere, bro. So I think I'm ill a little bit. Nose candy, bro. I don't do that type of stuff. Buzz, how you doing, buddy? Stop self-projecting. I think you might be self-projecting. Yeah, but the UK is weird, bro. Like last week, or like 3 days ago, it was just really, really hot. And then out of nowhere, it just turned really, really cold. So I think I'm a little bit ill. Airdrop PL, good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. I went onto the website 20 minutes ago. My reaction was the same, just a bunch of shit. Just for you knew the project, thanks. Yeah, the website looked awful, bro. It just looks like the website. It looks like it's been made in 10 minutes. Dev cast political stuff are affected. Is that what they're doing? Look, any project should not be posting political stuff, because then what happens is a lot of people will get, everyone has a political point of view, and if you go against their political point of view, they get irritated, they get really mad, and that could lead to a massive sell-off. I don't really like any project having any ties with any political group, which is always a red flag for me. And Kaspa is known to have some sort of ties with the Israeli government, which is another red flag for me. So I would never buy Kaspa. Skillos, how you doing, bro? Again, retail is not here to buy. Institutions not buying. Can anyone link Altseason? Yeah, I don't think institutions are buying much. BlackRock bought a bit more Bitcoin the other day, but that's it. They've barely been buying the whole month. Is Zelix good now? Long term, Zelix is not too bad at these prices. It most likely will go lower, but you can't really time the bottom, so this is not bad. Bricken is a good project. I like Bricken. How high market cap do you think Sensei could go at the peak of next year? I do think Sensei will go to minimum 200 million market cap minimum. I think it will reach 200 million market cap. That's my base case. Why? Because a good project last cycle reached around 200 to 300 million. And I do consider Sensei as a good AI project. It could obviously do more, but conservatively, it will do 200 million minimum. What's my thoughts on based? I like based AI. Based AI is a good project. Mark, how you doing, buddy? Bricken, 500 million cut in a run. 500 million. It's hard to say. I don't know. It depends how big RWA is going to be, isn't it? No one can know exactly how much a project's going to pump, but you have to realize it all depends on how big RWA is going to be. I do think RWA will be one of the top narratives. So it is possible, yes. That would be like a 20-30x for about 35x, 40x for Bricken, if possible, yeah. Jono Scoos, Xborg. Let's have a look at Xborg. What the fuck? It just pumped and just dumped really hard. It didn't even have a pump off launch. The player identity protocol is building the world's largest player identity protocol to survive evolution online experience. So this is like a gaming project. More personal internet for players. This is way too niche, bro. This is way too niche. Yeah, this is too niche, man. It has a good idea, but it's too niche. No one really cares about this type of stuff. It doesn't really have any buzzwords for it to pump significantly. But it has a good idea, though. It's not a bad idea. I don't think this is going to give you crazy returns, though. How many X's do I think Blob can do? Yeah, I'm currently staking mine on Turbo Finance. I'm guessing that's the big meme coin on Su. It all depends on how well Su does, to be honest. If Su does like a 10 to 20x, expect Blob to do at least a 20 to 30x. So, from this point on. If Su does a 10x, which is what people are projecting it to do, then Blob could do a 20 to 30x. Huss Alpha, how you doing, my brother? It's been a long time since I've seen you. How you been, my friend? What do we think about the right time BTC? What do you think right now about BTC when we support? Well, the Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin will have support around 60K. If it breaks below that, then most likely will go lower. But there's still liquidity at like 53 to 47K that will eventually get scooped up at some point. But then there's a bunch of liquidity up here probably ready to sell. So it's hard to say. Right now, there's massive liquidity at 64 to 65K, and then there's massive liquidity at 60 to 62K. This is why we're hovering around this exact same region for God knows how long now. This can't go on forever. You can't consolidate here forever. So then what's going to happen is, depending on what the unemployment data is going to be in 2 days, the initial claims, that is going to be where the market is going to head to, either lower or higher from there. Like I said, if it comes in hot, we will go down. If it comes in bullish, we will go up. And we'll go up back up to 65K, and we close above there. We'll have a retest at this trend line. That's what we'll do. But it all depends on the data then. But like the way I look at it is, when everyone's really, really bullish, the market likes to do the opposite ways. What do you think about Parcel and LBM? I think LBM is good, but the problem with LBM is it's only pumping because they announced an exchange listing. I hold a small bag of this for a trade, but you have to take in consideration, a lot of people don't know this about LBM, but there is, although they say there's approximately 20% in circulation now, but then they have 50% of the tokens unlocked. This is obviously from the team. I spoke to the team, and the team said that they have basically 70% of the tokens unlocked, but they haven't decided when to add it into circulation. So then, for me, that's a red flag, because why does the team hold 50% of the supply if there is no use case for it? Why is it even unlocked? If there's no use case and you don't have a specific use case for it, there's no reason for it to be unlocked. So for me, that was a red flag. But they said they're gonna get a tier 1 listing, but it's probably gonna be Mexi Gate or some shit. But like, if they consider that tier 1, then I would just sell all my tokens. But I am waiting. There's an exchange listing for this tomorrow. It probably will be KuCoin though. If they ask for tier 1, it will either be Bybit or KuCoin. But it will pump on the exchange listing for sure. That's why I'm holding mine to trade. But they announced the exchange listing tomorrow. That's it. But I don't really like the fact that the team holds 50% of the supply. They don't have no use case for it. So if they don't have no use case, it shouldn't be unlocked. Just keep it locked. But then they can just dump all that token at once if they wanted to, and just add it into circulation. Then instead of the market cap being 3 million, it'll go shoot up to like 8 million. And 8 million, there's way better projects than this. The only reason this is attractive is because of the low market cap. That's it. Otherwise, this ain't going to be worth. If 70% is unlocked, the market cap will be between 8 to 9 million. And they did say they can add it into circulation anytime. They're going to have a public, community vote. But my point is, there's no reason for you to have it unlocked if you don't have a specific use case for it. And there is going to be a bunch of early investors in that 50% unlocked. So then obviously the price is going to tank. So that's why I don't like this project. And Parcel is not a bad project. But the problem with Parcel is it's like 70, 80% of, no, 40, 50, I think it's 50% of the supply is in the hands of early investors. And for me, there's way better RWA projects than Parcel. The reason people even like this is because it's on Solana. But just because it's on Solana and it's backed by the Solana Foundation, that does not mean it's just going to automatically do a 50x. It will definitely pump. But, if he's going to do a 30, 20, I don't think so, no. There's better RWA projects than this with way less dilution and way less early investors. You're looking at, that's how much the early investor is. And there's going to be a heavy unlocks next year. It's going to be some decent sized unlocks next year. That's why I don't really like this project. They got good backers. They got Coinbase and a few other ones. They got very good exchange listings. But there is better RWA projects than this. I personally would rather buy Relio over this, to be honest. But this will do good returns. This will do good returns. If you look at the chart, it's had a nice pump. But would you say this has bottomed out? I personally don't think it's bottomed out just yet. Gold this much going into the truth recession for sure. It will happen at some point, but we just don't know when the recession is going to happen. At the higher the gold goes, the more concerned people should get. But I don't think people understand macros, so they think that gold goes up, Bitcoin has to go up as well. If a buy would bring my averages down and wait till the further dip, for example, my Relio right now will bring my averages down. Should I wait? Damn, you must have bought Relio really high, my friend. If you will bring your averages down, then yes, it's technically not a bad time. But then I would personally wait 2 more days to get the confirmation of where the market is going to go. Because if you look at Relio, it's in a low downtrend right now. So I personally would wait to see where the market goes in the next 2 days before I make a decision. Because then look, you can buy now, ride the train in October if you get a bullish October, and then sell off in November. You could do that, and you can still make good money short term. Kaspa will sell at 5 to 10. Kaspa will sell to 5. You think so? Possible things. No one knows for certain, but I don't really know. I think 5 cents would be too low. I think we'll probably sell to like 10 cents, possibly. Looking like opportunity, a big pump. What do you think? Pole looking like a live opportunity. The fuck is Pole? Talking about Polkadot or Polygon? But I'm not buying Polkadot, bro. Fuck this shit. Polkadot's a shitcoin. Where to buy OORT and OTK? I wouldn't buy OORT now, my friend. What is OORT's price now? Is it still pumping or is it going down? OTK you can buy on KuCoin or on any Solana DEX. The problem with the DEX is there's not enough liquidity. The only problem with this project is the liquidity. There's fuck all liquidity. Look at the trading volume's gone up now, but the liquidity is very low on this project. Very low. But they already got 3 different exchange listings in the pipeline, so I'm not too concerned about exchange listings. It's only on KuCoin and some of the Solana DEXs, but they are going to have more exchange listings very soon. That's why I'm not concerned. They said they're going to do in the bull run, which is what I like in a project. That's yeah. It looks like it wants to go higher, bro. Yeah, OORT wants to potentially go higher. You can buy OORT when it cools off. You got Big Gate, Mexi, Bitmark, KuCoin. There's plenty of Pancake Swap now as well. BingX. There's plenty of places to buy this project. Plenty of places, my friend. What's your price target for ZF bearish midterm scenario? ZF is decent, but look, at the end of the day, ZF is only a DEX. It's only a DEX. The problem with DEX is the problem with ZF is although it's performing a little bit short term, but it relies on ZK Sync. I don't like buying heavy into projects that rely on something else to do well, especially if it's not in a bullish narrative. So, there's projects in AI that rely on AI to pump, but then, AI is going to do well regardless. Whereas ZF is a DEX. The only unique feature about ZF is the swap to earn. But then you don't think by now to the bull run there's going to be other swap to earn projects. You don't think these bridges are going to add swap to earn. I think some of them will. So then that will bring a lot of competitors to ZK swap. That's the only problem. And for this to do well, ZK Sync has to do well. Otherwise, this doesn't really pump as much. And I don't think these guys really have the funding to go and just start paying for mass marketing. If you look at ZK Sync, it's dead right now. So yes, ZF can pump, but I wouldn't put a large percentage of my portfolio into this. That would be silly. This is like a small percentage, high risk, high reward type of project. That's why I look at this as but it will do at least a 20, 30. You'll probably it will do more than a 20x, that's for sure. It's low in cap, so it doesn't need too much money. It all depends on if people adopt the swap to earn narrative or not. That is one of the big selling point for ZF is the swap to earn. So I do think it will perform well, but I would not dedicate a large percentage of my portfolio to this, not at all. Tony, how you doing, bro? Are you gonna get entry into Naka? You had plenty of chance to get entry for Naka. You probably will at some point in this year, yes. I don't hold gaming coin. I don't see immunity is pulled on. I see immunity has pulled on. You don't hold gaming token. I think everyone should hold at least 2 to 3 gaming token. You should hold a safe pick. So it could be Beam, it could be Naka, it could be I don't know what's some of the other ones, Miria or something. I don't know. You could pick any of those as a safety net, and then pick one that's in the middle. I've picked OTK. You can go pick another project that's between $5 to $15 million in market cap, and then go pick a DGen project. It could be any DGen project. Could be anything that's very low in market cap. Just go buy one of them. High risk, high reward. Very small percentage of your portfolio. What if he dies? Who cares? It's not going to affect your portfolio. If he does well, it does well. That's all it is. That's the whole point of high risk, high reward. And I picked Munity for mine. The only reason I picked Munity is because I'm bullish on Beam. I like Beam. Beam's going to do well. So then when Beam does well, the ecosystem's going to do well. And there's not many big projects on Beam. There's very few. And Munity is one of them. So it will pump along with Beam. That's why I'm bullish on it. Because Beam continuously gives Munity shoutouts. That's why I like it. And it's the same team that made Sandbox. So the team behind it has a decent amount of funding to market the project. That's why they have these regular tournaments, and they give out USDT instead of the Munity tokens. So obviously it shows they have funding, and it's esports as well. That's why I like it. You can go pick any of them. I don't really care. The reason I like this Munity is because it's on Beam. That's it. You have to pick a project on a bullish chain. Polygon is a dead chain. Polkadot is a dead chain. Cardano is a dead chain. You have to pick something that's bullish, whether it's Solana, whether it's Beam, whether it's AVAX maybe. These are the type of projects you should be buying in those chains. Although Naka is on Polygon, but Naka is a very good project. Everyone talks about Naka. All the influencers show Naka. That's why you'll pump. And they got a Microsoft partnership, which most gaming projects do not have. I think I would have looked into Morpheus, my friend. What do you think about Sensei will come down to? I don't know the exact number. No one can know exactly what Sensei is going to come down to. It depends if a whale sells, he'll go back down to his normal price tomorrow. It all depends. I don't know. It's a micro cap. You can't dictate the price of the market micro caps. Like I said, I've been talking about a lot of these projects since I've started YouTube, which is more or less the start of the year. So everyone has had, well, not the start of the year, sometime in June, July times. I can't remember exactly when I started it, but everyone has had plenty of opportunities to buy all these projects. Sensei, you've had so many chances to buy Sensei. I've been shilling Sensei or talking about Sensei since like April times. So I don't understand how people have not packed their bags up until now. I packed my bags months ago. That's it. If it comes down more, I'll probably buy another, a decent amount more. But my bags are happy. I'm happy with either way. If it goes down, I'm happy. If it goes up, I'm happy. But like I said, everyone, if everyone who's been watching my channel have pretty much been known that I've been talking about, Sensei for a very long time. Been talking about AITECH, AGI, OORT, a lot of these projects, tech term, for a very long time. These are projects that will do well long term. So, I don't know exactly what it's going to come down to, but if it does come down now, just buy your bags heavier. That's it. You could buy a project that really hasn't really pumped. SMT is not too bad. Swan Markets is not too bad. It hasn't really pumped. But the problem with SMT is no one really talks about it. That's the problem. So it doesn't really pump. If you look at it logically, right? So don't count this. The market was rallying here. Obviously, it will rally again. But then during the narrative hype, when everyone was only focused on RWA, it went from, which is in March, RWA ran in March. It's pumped from 30 cents to $1, which is just over 3x. So it's not like this is a very bullish project, So I personally would pick other stuff than SMT because SMT is old, bro. I bought this back in 2022. And now he's done significant gains. Got rid of it after like a 40x, and he went on to do like a 100x. But that doesn't mean nothing. I made good money on it. But the problem is if he goes back to his all-time highs, you have to look at the market cap. Do not look at the price and think, oh, it's at 20 cents. Now he's gonna go all the way to, I don't know what he went to, like 120 or 110, approximately that much. But you have to look at dilution. Dilution comes into play. The very highest, this went to around 80 million. That's a 4x away. Price wise is probably less, it is more, but the dilution, the market cap is what matters. So, and this has been around for such a long time. And look at the exchange listing, they have some shit exchange listings. This is a project that's been around since, last cycle. And look at this, they've barely got Mexi and Gate, that's it. These are tier 3 exchange listings. That's like a tier 4/tier 3 exchange listing. So, like I'm not really too bullish on this project, though. It's very old. No one really talks about this project. Really, it's old, but everyone talks about it. There's better projects, but you could buy Bricker and you can buy a bunch of other ones. More RWA projects are performing really well, though. What's your thoughts on DMTR and AI and RWA? I don't really like buying DMTR anymore. DMTR has fucking done significant gains, bro. I bought DMTR ages ago, made like almost 100x on it. DMTR was like a buy alert between 4 different groups in 2008 years, like over a year ago. So, I think it was almost 2022. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was a buy alert between 4 different Patreon groups. And, it just pumped from there. But at that time, DMTR was the only unique AI coin, so it performed really well. But at that time, there wasn't many AI coins. That's why it performed well. But now there's multiple AI coins, and DMTR cannot even come close to most of those ones. I would not buy DMTR now, my friend. You've missed that. You've missed that train. You have to find another train. Morpheus Labs. Yeah, I would not be buying Morpheus Labs. That project is us. Thanks for gaming projects. In the Discord, is it a good trade? It depends, my friend. I don't know which. Look, Alex Becker said he's gonna make a gaming video, and another one that I've been telling you guys I like a lot is Carrot, and Carrot has pumped, with the help of Alex Becker shilling it, is pumped the last 7 days like 100%, 116%. So I took profits and sold all my Carrot bag, even though you can potentially go higher. I don't really care. Why? Because you have to realize, there's a big unlock in October. So, yes, it might have the hype in the coming days, maybe a week. Eventually, it's going to die down. And people are going to forget about it. People are going to move on to something else. And it's just going to dump when the unlock happens. So you're going to get another buying opportunity for this. but we'll have to see which one Alex Becker shows in his video. Like you could literally put your notifications on, be one of the first viewers, skip through the video, see what tokens is shilling, and then instantly go buy. You make 20-30% pump within a couple hours. That's how you make money on Alex Becker. That's what I would do. Yeah, it's pissing down in UK. Yeah, UK is weird, bro. It went from really, really sunny and randomly just started going crazy with rain the last 3 days. How high can Ondo go? Ondo's Ondo, I don't know, like 10x, 12x. Ondo's a good project. My friend, stop asking me for price predictions, bro. I don't know how, no one knows any of these price predictions, bro. You could ask me, how do I know how high a project's gonna go, bro? If I knew, I'd only buy those projects. No one knows. So asking for price prediction from YouTubers is probably one of the dumbest things you could do, because anyone, any YouTuber who tells you a specific price, they're just making it up on the spot. They have no theory behind how they do it. So it all depends on, no one knows how big RWA is going to be. So you don't know how high it's going to go. If RWA becomes a dead narrative and it only does pumps for a week or two, it's not, none of them are going to perform well. So it's hard for you to say now how high these are going to go. You should not take anything to the bank depending on what someone says in terms of price prediction, because my guess is as good as your guess. That's all it is, my friend. It's only a guess. Yeah, I'm not telling no one about my price prediction, bro. Maybe was fine in the morning, almost 20% off in gaming sector. Will do so good. I'm on the same camp as you, but I'm not too bullish on the gaming sector because the gaming sector is too saturated now. No, last year we had Miria, we had GFAL, we had a few good projects, Gala, like last fucking 2022, early 2023. We had very, very few good projects in the gaming sphere. So everyone was bullish on these projects. But since then, look how many gaming projects has come out, thousands, and most of them are decent. So, for the gaming narrative to do really well, I personally would rather buy the projects that is being shielded by one of the influencers, because it will guarantee to pump and you can trade everything else. Or like a project on a bullish chain. AI data marketplace coming on September 9th, just announced it. Is that for all? Lovely. They did say it was going to be sometime in but I like that from all is working now. So like I told you guys, bro, some projects go down and but this is down approximately 70-80% from all-time highs. Only 60%. That can't be true. That can't be true, bro. Why are they making so many announcements back to back? Where does it say that? On the 9th, where does it say the exact date? Does it say in the chat or something? Fuck knows where it's gonna go, bro. But all is gonna do well long term. That's all that matters. All is gonna do well long term. And don't get it twisted, bro. I was the first YouTuber to talk about AURT. I was literally the first YouTuber to talk about AURT. I found AURT before everyone did, bro. Gave a buy alert, and then all of a sudden, everyone started talking about AURT. And my friend, my private group at the moment is fully booked out. But if a spot does open up, just keep your eyes on the Buy Me a Coffee app. I will open up a few spots. But for now, it's fully booked out. So whenever obviously someone drops out, I will open it again for you guys. What is the lowest? I'm not too sure exactly, but it should come down to the 1.2 region, I think. Can come back to I don't know exactly, my friend. It's hard to dictate. There's so much liquidity, like I said, there's so much liquidity at 65 and 64K, and then 62 to 63K, that 60 to 62K. It's just hovering around here. It's literally hovering around here. You'll go up, you'll come down. That's all that happens. You can potentially trade some stuff very quickly. Sensei will hardly come down to 0.0, and growth is organic. Yeah, that's the best thing with Sensei. The growth is organic. It's not just other YouTubers like just pump the shit out of it. It's very organic, slow growth. That's why it's going to be hard unless we get like a massive crash. Then it will come down. But for the meantime, it's not going to come down. Sensei is super ultra niche. No, it's not. I would Sensei super ultra niche. Every AI project is more or less niche. They do a specific thing with AI. Doesn't mean that it's ultra super niche. Yeah, exactly. Sensei has a real world use case. That's the best thing. So when you say it's niche, it's not really niche, my friend, because it has a very, very unique use case that has not been implemented in the crypto space at all. And it is one that can get adopted. People will utilize Sensei. Has a very good use case. Zilla, how you doing, my friend? How you doing, my friend? It's very good to see you, Zilla. That's also true. Nice one, my bro. It's good to see you as well, Singh. So pretty. Fuck's knocking on the door. Better to buy Kaspa or Su for returns. I think they're like similar market cap now. I think Su's gone higher market cap. I would bet my money on Su over Kaspa though. You have to wait for these type of stuff to have a pullback. You can't just buy up here, bro. If you want to buy up here, you have to stomach it going back down 10, 20%. If you can't do that, then yeah. One more private than public streams. John, you're in my private group. I'm gonna do a private stream in a few days when the data comes up. I'm in the chat all the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I do a private stream or because it's like right now there's nothing to do. There's not actually nothing to do. Everything's pumping. You don't want to buy green candles. You want to wait. Do I think CGV is a better investment than Truth and SMT? It depends, bro. CGV is DGen. That's the only problem. Do you think DAI can do 50x from here? I don't think DAI can do a 50x, bro. Just because DAI is pumped short term, it does not mean you can just randomly do a 50x, bro. The market cap is 335 million. It's not a low cap. So for this to do a 50x, you need some ridiculous amount of market cap, my friend. I don't see that happening. This could do a 10 to 20x, not more than that, bro. Don't get these little pumps, don't think of this as oh, this is the best project in the world. Don't think that. All it's done is just recovered back up here. So this was dumping, it dumped from $1, came down, and then it was just continuously going down. Now it's at a bounce. That's it. And the bounce is literally back up here. It's just a bit higher than this region right here, maybe up here. This does not mean that this is all of a sudden going to do a 50x because it pumped 2x, when the AI narrative is high. It does not mean that, my friend. Yes, my friend. Yes. I will be making an updated RWA tier list and a gaming tier list for you guys tomorrow. I will drop the RWA tier list most likely tomorrow, and then I'll do the gaming one after, and then I'll do a layer one as well. I'm going to start blasting some videos now instead of doing too many live streams. And then when something major happens, like a bullish news or some bearish news, then I will do a live stream. But for the meantime, I will do some streams. I mean, for us, some videos. Does he hold Xborg? That's why I asked also big allocation. Wagme, what do you think about Wagme G? Are you sure that's the real Becker wallet? What is this project? It might actually be holding it. Alex Becker always shows all these dog shit projects with like minting functions and all these, no docs themes. I don't know why he does it. Maybe because he's being paid by them. Yeah, this is too niche, bro. If Alex Becker is shilling it, it will most likely pump. But it's too niche. It's way too niche. And he has some shit exchanges. I don't see Alex Becker shilling this, bro. I've never seen Alex Becker ever talk about WAGMI games, ever. So it's very unlikely that wallet is the real one. WAGMI games has been dead for a very long time. I would not advise anyone to buy this shit, bro. Ask Morpheus, not Morpheus. Ticker is XMW. CoinGlass order map, auto book, liquidity heat map, 1 hour time frame, 46 to 46. Order for tell you all we need to know. The market make expectation. There's abyss below 62k. Yeah, that's also. I think a lot of the times that there's a bunch of liquidity that it will reach there eventually. It'll go there at some point. So we could get a scenario where we rally up and then we'll have a drop down to those regions, for the final drop. We don't know yet for sure. Oh, was it AITECH? Both AI. Oh, AITECH has. AITECH has talked about the AI data for a long time. It's been out for a long time. They just didn't announce it. Their data hub was. I think I knew about it months ago. I think I told you guys on a live stream like literally a month ago. Mark the calendar. AI marketplace finally launches October, powered by. That's good to see though. Now that just means that they can burn more tokens now. Like that. October the 9th. So it could rally up to that and then just sell off when the news comes out. But it's finally good to see AITECH doing something, bro. All they've been doing is posting like some shitty videos of the data center. Oh, we're using this paint, we're using this toilet brush. It's fucking stupid. What is the best meme coin? I don't really follow too many meme coins, my friend Cool Guy. I'm the wrong person to ask about meme coin. I'm in States and alt fees on Coinbase is insane. But alt is not even on Coinbase, so how are you buying alt on Coinbase if alt isn't even on Coinbase? The fuck? How does that make sense? Good to see you in crypto, man. How you doing? Hello, G. Nice live stream. I have 2 projects under RWA. We know heavily everyone, but what do you think about Bolson? I think I've looked into Bolson. Let me just refresh my memory on this project. It's not too bad actually. From my memory, it's not too bad. It's old. Okay. Web3 decentralized commercial layer. Bolson enables tokenization, draft things. This is a good concept. It's a very good concept. Tokenization through NFTs. It is a bullish concept. You can do well, yes. You can do well. The website looks legit. If the team is docked as well, yeah, this looks, from first glance, this looks decent. They've got grants, or you can apply for grants. Oh, you can apply for grants for them. Okay. Most likely, the team is probably docked for this project because it's old. I wouldn't be surprised if he has some tier 1 listings. Yeah, it's on Binance US. Yeah, and crypto.com. Yeah, this could perform, my friend. This will give you a 10x, possibly. It's not too bad. Fuck's AURT doing? Why is it pumping, bro? It needs to come down. I want to buy more. Mr. H, how you doing? Free ball up 21x. Bro, 21% does not mean nothing, bro. You have to think logically, right? You're not going to get the bottom on any of these projects. So then you have to think, has it been pumping the last couple of days? Is it because I said, fuck's sakes? Maybe, yeah, maybe Alex Becker is gonna make a video on this. But I think the money is flowing into different gaming projects, and this one did not pump. Bro, it went from 11 to 12 cents to 14 cents. It's not the end of the world, bro. 0.012 to 14. Just buy it, and then I personally would not buy this though. Maybe it's people in our group who caused this pump. I'm going to sell my Miria, then buy back another correction dip. I wouldn't sell. I wouldn't do it now. Wait till like a couple of days at least, my friend. Wait a couple of days at least. We don't know which way it's gonna be. Whose stream is it? Birthday? Whose stream is it? Whose birthday is it? My birthday. It's not my birthday. Is it your birthday, Miffy? Wouldn't surprise me to see Becca hold an Xborg hustle from banter. Oh, really? Maybe then that could make sense. Got some yesterday. I think it was him, bro. Coinbase wallet. Oh no, just buy it on if you're from a map, buy on Pancake Swap, Jay. Buy on Pancake Swap, my friend. If you buy on Pancake Swap, you have no problems. But the problem is you can only buy low amounts because there's no liquidity on the Pancake Swap, which they said they're gonna add some more liquidity on there. But yeah, there's not much liquidity on the Pancake Swap side. It's not even updated on here, bro. It's fucking annoying. Whoa. Why is he doing that? It's not too bad. The liquidity is not too bad, but there's not a lot of liquidity on here, so you can't buy large amounts on here. I personally would use other if you can't, just get a Polar ID and buy in Mexi and stuff. Just get a Polar ID. You can get access to KuCoin, you get access to Mexi, you get access to a few different exchanges. So you have to most likely get a Polar ID. Ben, how you doing, buddy? I'm gonna wrap up this live stream very soon. I have to go. I'm gonna probably get some food. What is OORT digital? I don't know what OORT digital is. What is that? Is that another project? OORT digital? The fuck is this? This isn't even a project that's launched? I don't even know what that is, but I've never looked into OORT digital. I'm surprised Freeball is pumping though. Is that a massive? Bro, this was like 1.2 earlier, like literally earlier when I was talking about it. So that means it could probably pump because Alex Becker might make a video on this. I would not be surprised if Alex Becker drops a video on this project. It's been dead for so long. If you look at the chart, this looks pretty much dead. And it's fully diluted now as well, which is good to see. But with the $16 million market cap, it's very unlikely it's going to do crazy amounts unless AVAX does well. But because we know, the likes of OTK can do well because we know Solana is going to perform well. So yeah. What is a project THE received 200K from Google? I think it's one in the list. What is a project THE received 200K from Google? I think it's one in the list. I'm not too sure. On which list over here? I have no clue, bro. I literally have no clue. Khalid, walaikum salam, buddy. How you been? Why does market cap community say 0 on CoinGecko? Because it's not updated, that's why. The real market cap for Unity is approximately 300 and something K. Probably like 320, 330 on those regions. Maybe 300 now. Bitcoin's pumping short term. Total free has broken out, but it's not really confirmed though. It'll come down and goes up. It comes down and goes up. Even others has not broken out just yet. Or it's potentially going to reach 10 cents very soon. AITECH has gone up now, broke the 10. Look, whoa, AGIs keeps going higher and higher. Look at AGI, bro, 19 cents, and then AITECH is probably going to reach 12 to 13 cents within the next couple of days. I think it probably will reach at least. It'll probably go up another 10-20%. It hasn't really pumped as much as other coins. It's only pumped 17%. So, maybe another 20% is on the cards for this, possibly, if he follows the general trend. It needs to go to at least 11 cents, and then it probably most likely will come down. Jav, how you doing, my friend? How you been, bro? Not really much to talk about. Dominance is having a cool off after he went out. It went up pretty massively. It's having a cool off. Eventually it'll probably head up higher, and this time will probably go even higher. USDT dominance is struggling. You guys can see it's coming down, but eventually, when it does go close to this down, just trend line, most likely it will bounce and go higher, and that should be a massive correction in altcoins in the general market. The 2-year and the 10-year is, not looking the best. If you look at the 2 years, it looks like it wants to go lower, and this is not a good sign. It's not a good sign for the economy when the bonds go really low. It's not good for the US economy. This got uninverted, the 2-year and the 10-year. This get uninverted. So one of these should bounce. Most likely, one of these will bounce at some point. If not, then the dollar's fucked. If none of these bounce, the dollar is pretty much done, bro. It's on his last. Look at the dollar's on his last leg. If he falls from here, we don't even know where it's gonna go after this. It'll go down here, which is a decent crash. This is when the money printers turned back on, the dollar went lower, and then went parabolic afterwards. I don't think you should be buying any of these projects right now. OTK, yeah, I would wait for a dip. OTK is doing really well short term. What is OTK right now? Let's have a look. Is it exactly 33? Yeah, it is at 33. What do I think about Blender Network? Can it be reproduced? I don't know. No way, bro. Render's ass. I don't really like Render as a project. Oh, not Render, Blender. Render's good, not Blender, bro. Render's decent, not the best, but it's the best in it's the highest cap one. So I don't really like this project, bro. Look, when a project has a minting function, when it has a mint function and no docs theme, I tend to stay away from those projects, especially when they don't have a second chain. So if this had another chain, then the mint function can be justified. But because there's no other chain and it's only on Ethereum, the likely chances of this doing really well in the bull run is going to be very low, especially the fact that they have a mint function. That means they can add more token circulation anytime they want. You could trade Blender, but as a long-term investment, well, there's way better projects than this 100%. It's pumped on the short term. Octa is rendering projects, right? Octaspace is rendering nothing, bro. No one even utilizes Octaspace. So why it doesn't really pump at all. Pumps a tiny bit, from this to this, and then just goes back down. No one utilizes this. These guys are broke. A project that's broke isn't not gonna perform well. That's it. They don't have no money to perform, to pay influencers to show. They don't have no money for exchange listings. So the likely chance of this pumping is very, very low. And there's prime examples of this. Well, look, the chart looks really good, but that's if you've been holding for a long time. You don't want buying this because this is going to give you a 5x, 10x max, if that. I personally would not be buying this project. This is like a very slow grind up. Very slow grind up. But this is one of the best charts in crypto, though. No lie. Ross, how you doing, bro? Yeah, you come right at the end, but it's completely fine, bro. I had to live stream a bit early today. Probably too much alpha. Render does not. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I would compare Octaspace closer to Render than Blender. Ross, I see what you did there. Saga versus Nintendo. All right, boys. Drop a like on the stream if you haven't already done so. Appreciate the constant support. I will be getting off now. Um, enjoy the rest of your day. Chris, I'll change it. I'll change it. I'll change the portfolio. Fuck no. Not even 100 likes. How many likes do we have? Bro, people want to be snakes and they don't want to like the stream, bro. That's all it is. How the fuck is it an hour, 30 minutes already? All right, boys. Enjoy the rest of your day, morning, night, wherever you're from in the world. I will see you guys in a few days. I will be dropping a video tomorrow. So, wait for that. Possibly tomorrow, if not Thursday. Definitely one of the days. But there was like 100 people watching us. People just don't want to like the stream. It's fine though. It's fine. 70 likes is fine anyways. But as I said, I'll probably drop a video tomorrow, or if not, the next day after that. And then I'll be dropping tier lists. I think tier lists are good videos to make. And then I'll be live streaming in between those. So yeah. I'll see you guys very soon. And screen.